Have you ever stopped to think about how different your life could look just 1 year from now? Not 5 years, not someday, just 1 year. What if the only thing standing between where you are right now and where you truly want to be is a single hour each day? 60 minutes, that's all. One focused, intentional, uninterrupted hour. Would you believe that could change everything? Most people wouldn't. They'd laugh, they'd say real success takes endless hustle, perfect timing, special connections, or some rare stroke of luck. They've been conditioned to believe transformation has to be dramatic, that it requires 12-hour workdays, overnight breakthroughs, or circumstances they don't currently have. But that's not true. Real change rarely arrives all at once. It shows up quietly. It begins with a single decision repeated over and over again. And often, that decision takes just 1 hour. 1 hour to improve. 1 hour to think. 1 hour to build. 1 hour to invest in the person you're becoming. Because here's the reality. Most people stay busy, but very few actually grow. They rush from task to task. They scroll endlessly. They answer messages, react to problems, and repeat the same routines day after day. Their calendar is full, but their future isn't moving. Why? Because movement isn't the same as progress. Being occupied isn't the same as being intentional. And if you never pause to work on yourself, life will happily keep you busy while quietly stealing your potential. But you're here. You're listening. That means something. It means you're searching for more. It means part of you knows there's another level waiting. And today, we're going to talk about how to reach it. Not through magic. Not through luck. Not through some impossible routine. But through one powerful habit. 1 hour a day. An hour that can reshape your mindset, improve your health, increase your income, strengthen your relationships, and completely alter the direction of your life. Because success isn't an accident. It's a daily decision. And the beautiful part, you don't need permission. You don't need to wait for January 1st. You don't need the perfect circumstances. You don't need anyone's approval. You just need 1 hour. Let's begin. The first place transformation starts is the first hour of your day. How you begin your morning often determines how you experience everything that follows. It's not just a routine. It's a declaration. It's the opening chapter of your day. And too many people surrender it without even realizing it. They wake up and immediately grab their phone. Notifications, emails, social media, news. They check what everyone else is doing before they ever consider what they should be doing. They consume before they create. They react before they reflect. And by the time they finally get moving, their mind already belongs to the world. But here's the truth. If you don't take control of your morning, someone else will. The world is more than happy to fill your mind with distractions, drama, urgency, and noise. It will tell you what's important. It will dictate your attention. It will shape your mood, unless you decide otherwise. That's why the first hour matters so much. It's your foundation, your launch pad, your advantage, before the demands start. Before the interruptions begin, before life starts pulling at you, that hour belongs to you. At least it should. Use it wisely. Read something meaningful. Write down your goals. Practice gratitude. Move your body. Drink water. Sit quietly. Visualize the person you're becoming. Ask yourself important questions. What matters today? What am I building? Who do I need to become? Because when you win the first hour, you dramatically increase your chances of winning the day. And when you win enough days, you eventually win your life. Some people say, I'm not a morning person. That's fine. Success doesn't care. Discipline doesn't ask for your mood. It responds only to your commitment. Nobody wakes up automatically motivated every single day. The difference is that successful people act anyway. They train themselves. They build habits. They become reliable to themselves. And you can do exactly the same. Tomorrow morning, before you give your attention to the world, give it to your future. Don't wake up and immediately consume. Wake up and create, because your future isn't waiting for you later in the day. It's waiting in that first hour. Claim it, protect it, use it. That's where change begins. But claiming the hour isn't enough. You must also guard it, because if you don't, the world will steal it. Not dramatically, not obviously, quietly. A text message, a notification, a quick email, a favor, a small interruption, and suddenly, your hour is gone. It was traded away before it ever had a chance to serve you. Understand this. Your growth hour is not casual. It is not optional. It is not leftover time. It is sacred. It is strategic. It is one of the most valuable investments you can make. Time is even more precious than money. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. Once an hour is spent, it's gone forever. That's why you must set boundaries. Clear ones. Firm ones. No calls. No social media. No checking messages. No meaningless tasks. No distractions. This is your appointment with your future. And appointments with your future should never be canceled lightly. Treat this hour the way a surgeon treats an operation, the way an athlete treats training, the way an artist treats creation. Seriously, because the payoff is enormous. One protected hour can return clarity, skill, confidence, income, and peace. But only if you refuse to trade gold for crumbs. That's what people do every day. They sacrifice meaningful progress for momentary distraction. They tell themselves this will only take a minute, but a minute becomes 10, 10 becomes 30, and before they know it, their best opportunity for growth has disappeared. Don't let that happen. Schedule your hour in advance. Write it down. Defend it. Tell the people around you that this time matters. Teach others how to respect your boundaries by consistently respecting them yourself. When you value your time, others begin to value it too. The rule is simple. If it doesn't help you grow, it doesn't deserve your growth hour. Not every day. Not during this time. Because priorities require protection, and your future deserves priority. Now, once you've claimed and protected your hour, there's one more critical step. You must know exactly how to use it. Activity alone means nothing. Plenty of people are busy. Very few are effective. Without direction, action becomes exhausting. You can run all day and still end up nowhere. Like a treadmill. Motion without progress. Effort without advancement. That's why clarity must come first. Before you start reading, building, practicing, or planning, ask yourself one simple question. Where am I going? That question changes everything. Because direction determines destination. At the beginning of your hour, spend a few minutes getting clear. What is my goal? What skill am I developing? What am I improving today? Why does this matter? Write it down. Thoughts are slippery. Paper creates commitment. And committed thoughts become focused action. When your purpose is clear, your actions become powerful. Without clarity, you'll waste energy. You'll mistake movement for progress. You'll confuse activity with achievement. And that's a dangerous trap. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving if you're headed the wrong way. Take time to aim. Take time to align. A person with direction may move slower, but they travel farther. Your hour should never be random. It should be intentional, purposeful, focused, every single day. And that leads us to one of the most valuable uses of your hour, learning. Success isn't just about working hard. It's about learning what works. The moment you stop learning, you begin falling behind. Fortunately, self-education has never been more accessible. You don't need a university. You don't need expensive credentials. You don't need permission. You need curiosity and 1 hour. Read books. Study biographies. Listen to podcasts. Take courses. Learn communication. Study psychology. Understand money. Explore leadership. Master your craft. Feed your mind with material that stretches your thinking. Because the quality of your life often reflects the quality of your information. Most people consume entertainment. Very few consume education. And over time, that difference becomes enormous. An hour a day equals hundreds of hours each year. Imagine dedicating that time to learning. Imagine who you'd become. Your vocabulary would improve. Your thinking would sharpen. Your confidence would rise. Problems that once overwhelmed you would become manageable. Why? Because knowledge compounds. Every lesson builds upon the last. And unlike possessions, nobody can take it away from you. Invest in your mind daily. It will pay dividends for the rest of your life. But remember this, learning alone isn't enough. Knowledge without action is merely potential. You can read every book ever written about fitness, but it won't make you stronger. You can study public speaking endlessly, but it won't make you persuasive. You can learn business strategies for years, but without execution, nothing changes. Practice is where transformation happens. 1 hour of applied effort beats 10 hours of passive consumption. Always. So whatever you're learning, practice it. If you're learning to write, write. If you're learning to sell, sell. If you're learning to code, code. If you're learning to speak, speak. Messily, imperfectly, consistently. Most people wait until they feel ready. That's a mistake. Readiness is often a myth. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. Every repetition strengthens your ability. Every attempt sharpens your skill. Every day you practice, you become a little more capable, a little more certain, a little more dangerous in the best possible way. Perfection is not required. Participation is. And over time, repetition creates mastery. That's how professionals are built. Not through theory, through practice. Daily, focused, relentless. But growth doesn't end with action. It deepens through reflection. At the end of your hour, take 5 minutes to review. What did you learn? What did you accomplish? What challenged you? What needs improvement? This simple habit is incredibly powerful because experience alone isn't the best teacher. Evaluated experience is. Reflection turns activity into wisdom. It reveals patterns. It highlights mistakes. It uncovers opportunities. Without reflection, you may repeat the same errors indefinitely. With reflection, every day becomes a lesson. And once you've reflected, refine. Adjust your approach. Improve your system. Simplify where necessary. Strengthen weak points. Small corrections produce massive results over time. Airplanes spend much of their journey slightly off course. Yet they arrive precisely because they continuously adjust. Your life works the same way. Reflect, refine, repeat, day after day, month after month, year after year. That's how excellence is built. Not through giant leaps, through consistent corrections. Now let's talk about another area where 1 hour can completely transform your life. Your health. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience everything. Without energy, even the greatest ambitions feel impossible. Without health, success becomes difficult to enjoy. You cannot separate physical vitality from personal performance. They are deeply connected. When your body feels strong, your mind thinks clearly. When your energy rises, your productivity follows. When you move, you improve. That's why dedicating 1 hour a day to your health is non-negotiable. You don't need to become a professional athlete. You simply need to become active. Walk, lift weights, stretch, run, practice yoga, ride a bike, swim, dance, do something, anything, but move. Because movement creates momentum. It boosts mood, sharpens focus, reduces stress, improves sleep, enhances resilience, and the benefits compound rapidly. Neglect, on the other hand, compounds too, slowly, silently. A few missed workouts, a little extra processed food, too much sitting, too little rest. The consequences rarely appear immediately, but eventually the bill arrives, and it's always expensive. Invest in your health before you're forced to pay for your neglect. 1 hour a day. That's all it takes to dramatically improve your quality of life. Your future self will thank you. Now let's shift to wealth. Most people trade time for money. That's fine. It's how many journeys begin. But if you want freedom, eventually you must build something beyond your paycheck. And that often starts in the quiet hour. The hour after work. The hour before bed. The hour others waste. This is where fortunes are born. Not overnight, but over time. That hour can become a business. A book. A product. A service. A skill. A brand. A second income stream. A new life. You don't need a perfect office. You don't need investors. You don't need a massive audience. You need consistency and one focused hour. While others are relaxing, you're building. While others are consuming, you're creating. That difference, repeated over months and years, changes everything. 1 hour a day equals over 300 hours a year. Think about that. What could you build in 300 focused hours? Quite a lot. A lot more than you think. And perhaps most importantly, you'd build belief. Because every hour invested strengthens your confidence. You begin trusting yourself, trusting your abilities, trusting your future. That quiet hour may not look glamorous, but one day you'll realize it changed your life. Success, however, isn't only measured by money. It's also measured by relationships. A meaningful life requires connection. What good is achievement if you have nobody to share it with? What good is wealth without love? What good is status without trust? Relationships are built the same way everything else is built. 1 hour at a time. One conversation, one meal, one walk, 1 moment of genuine attention. Put the phone away. Listen fully. Ask meaningful questions. Be present, really present. Because presence is one of the rarest gifts you can offer. People may forget your words. They will never forget how you made them feel. An uninterrupted hour with someone you love can strengthen bonds more than expensive gifts ever could. Your spouse, your children, your parents, your closest friends, your mentors. Invest in them. Relationships require intentionality. Left unattended, they weaken. Nurtured consistently, they flourish. And when life storms arrive, and they will, relationships become your shelter. Success feels far better when shared. Now, let's consider the math. 1 hour a day, 7 hours a week, more than 360 hours a year. That's equivalent to several full-time work weeks devoted entirely to growth. Imagine what becomes possible. You could learn a new language, master a valuable skill, write a manuscript, launch a business, transform your body, deepen your relationships, completely reinvent yourself. The key is stacking, hour upon hour, day upon day, brick upon brick. A masterpiece is never built in one stroke. A life isn't transformed in one moment. It's built through repetition. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Small disciplines never stay small. They expand, they multiply, they reshape identity. Every day you honor your hour, you're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. You're saying, I am disciplined, I am intentional, I am committed, I am building something worthwhile. And eventually your actions become your identity. That's when transformation becomes permanent. There will be missed days. That's normal. You're human, but never miss twice. Never allow one skipped hour to become a skipped week. Always return. Always recommit. Because progress isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. And eventually, something remarkable happens. That 1 hour begins changing all the others. Your confidence grows. Your habits improve. Your standards rise. Your choices become better. Your identity evolves. You no longer see yourself as someone who hopes. You become someone who acts, someone who builds, someone who follows through. That is powerful, because ultimately, the greatest transformation isn't external. It's internal. You begin trusting yourself. You keep promises to yourself. You become reliable. And when you become reliable to yourself, everything changes. Your schedule changes. Your mindset changes. Your opportunities change. Your future changes. All because of 1 hour. So here's the question, not whether this works. It does. The real question is whether you'll commit. Will you choose 1 hour? Will you protect it? Will you use it wisely? Will you honor it daily? Because 1 year from now, you'll either wish you had started today or be grateful that you did. There is no neutral. Time moves regardless. The clock never pauses. The only choice is whether you'll use it intentionally. Start today. Not next week. Not Monday. Not when life calms down. Life rarely calms down. Start now. Choose your hour. Write it down. Defend it. And then show up. Even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Because that's when character's built. That's when discipline is forged. That's when ordinary people become extraordinary. 1 hour. One decision. 1 day at a time. That's all it takes. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the life you once dreamed about began with a simple choice. You decided that 1 hour was too valuable to waste. You decided your future mattered. You decided to become more. Let that decision begin today. Not tomorrow. Today. Because your next chapter is